Pursuant to Rule 122.1, subsection H, I will be audio recording this event.
It's already recorded, sir.
Okay,
It's
that's
on the record.
great.
Everything is on the record in here. We don't have a court recorder because it's a limited jurisdiction, but it is all on the record. If you want to actually sit at the defense table with those microphones, you don't have to get right up on them, but they pick up your voice better and it will be on the recording.
Sure, great,
Okay.
great, thank you.
All right. So we are here today for the first pre-trial conference. What are the parties wishing to do today?
First and foremost, Your Honor, before we proceed, have I unknowingly entered into any type of contract with Pima County or with City of Tucson or Tucson City Courts up until this point?
Have you entered into any contract?
Any contract, correct.
Well, you are required to come to court because you received the citation.
That doesn't answer my question, Your Honor.
Well, I guess I'm not sure what you mean by contract. There's lots of definitions.
Have I unknowingly entered any type of contract with Tucson City Courts up until this point?
I have no idea what kind of engagements you have with the city of Tucson. You have this pending citation for disorderly conduct, criminal trespass in the third degree, and obstruction by not providing a true name. So this citation was issued to you. You were served with it. At the arraignment, you were served with the pretrial conference date for today.
Is the citation a contract?
Is the citation a contract?
Yes.
I mean, I think it depends on your definition of a contract. So
A contract meaning two parties entering into a contract, a binding contract. Is the citation a contract, Your Honor?
well, the citation does require you to appear in court, and you have rights under the law, under the Constitution of both the United States and Arizona, that you can exercise when you are issued a citation for a criminal offense.
Okay.
So today is the pretrial conference. It is your first opportunity to speak with the prosecutor. If you want to obtain disclosure, which is all the reports on the case, you can request those through the prosecutor's office. If you would like to retain counsel, you can do that as well. We can even provide you information on counsel that takes payments or lesser fees. So we'll happily set this over and give you an opportunity to speak to counsel. And beyond that, if you have been extended a plea offer, you can certainly enter into that plea today. Otherwise, we can set your case for a bench trial if you would like. And you can continue to exercise your rights under the criminal justice system. Okay?
Okay. I have a few questions for the courts to get on the record. Is that going to be any issue?
Everything's on the record.
All right. You and the prosecutor have taken oaths of office to support and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and that of this state. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, we can.
That is correct. Pursuant to your oaths, you are required to abide by those oaths in the performance of your official duties, especially those before this honorable court. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Yes.
And this court abides by all the powers and rights guaranteed to the American citizens in the federal and state constitutions, including due process of law. Is that correct, Your Honor?
That's what I was just explaining to you, sir.
I am presumed innocent of all aspects of the alleged charges, presumptions, and assumptions in and by this court, unless proven guilty by a well-informed jury of my peers beyond a reasonable doubt, based solely on verified evidence and proof. Is that correct, Your Honor?
That's correct. You are innocent until proven guilty. That is why I explained that if you would like to get the disclosure, which is all of the evidence that the state may have accumulated in their case, you have the right to obtain that.
Okay, proof consists of verified and demonstrated evidence and not opinion, especially opinion unsupported by fact, law, and evidence. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Well, evidence is testimony through witnesses that are under oath on the stand, or it can be exhibits that are entered by the parties in the form of media. It could be photographs, it could be reports. Those are all types of evidence that could be presented at the bench trial.
Okay. Since I am guaranteed a fair and impartial trial, how is it possible that you, the presiding judge, and the prosecuting attorney, which are both paid by the state, are a plaintiff in this case?
Well, we are not paid by the state, first
No.
of all.
No? County?
We're
City?
paid by the city.
Okay.
We serve in our separate functions, they're separate departments.
It says State of Arizona as plaintiff on my,
You asked me who I was.
oh, I apologize, Your Honor.
So they're separate entities.
They are entities, though.
Well, sure, I mean,
Okay.
they're all aspects of the government, but we're fully separate. I don't have access to their files. They,
Okay.
they don't have access to, say, the public defender's files. They're all separate, and that is to ensure that you are getting a fair shake, that they are the prosecutor, there's the defense attorney potentially, and you have the right to retain one in this case. And then as the judge, I'm the neutral party. I don't have access to all of their reports, so I cannot form any opinion about the case prior to, because I don't have that evidence. I get to hear it freshly at the trial from the witnesses directly to then come to my conclusion. And I absolutely hold the state to their burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Great. Your Honor, in my arraignment, I challenged this court's jurisdictions, and it is yet to be proven on and for the record. I do not consent or acquiesce to this court's perceived jurisdiction. It must be proven on and for the record. That yellow fringe around that flag denotes admiralty law, and I'm a bit confused here. Are we in contract court? Is there an international contract in dispute here, or is there?
This is the Tucson City Court, and we have jurisdiction over matters that happen within the city of Tucson.
And the Constitution, you just answered that you and the prosecutor will uphold, in your oath that you swore to uphold, the United States Constitution. The Constitution only allows two separate jurisdictions under Article 1, Section 3, Clause 17. One of them is admiralty law, the other is a common law jurisdiction. And I'm not seeking legal advice. What I am seeking is legal intent. I need to know what jurisdiction this court intends on trying me in so I can adequately defend myself. So it must be proven on and for the record before we proceed, Your Honor.
Well, I just told you, we are in the city of Tucson City Court for cases that occur within the city of Tucson.
There is no such jurisdiction in the Constitution. You swore an oath to that Constitution.
Yes, and yes, there is. So if you would like to present a written briefing on all of this, you're more than welcome to.
So somebody's going to give me legal advice, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that you can write a written brief and provide your arguments in writing to the court, and then the state will have adequate opportunity to respond, and then you will have adequate opportunity to reply. Okay?
I've got a few more things, Your Honor, that I need to get on the record here.
Sir, would you like to set over for an additional pretrial conference so that you have an opportunity to obtain the disclosure in the case?
Ma'am, I would ask that the courts be patient with me while I read through these questions so I can adequately address the issues at hand.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
I've got some other cases. I would like to maybe take a recess on this, and I can recall the case when you're ready.
I'm here now. I'm just going to speak my last question, and then we can move forward with this. But I will not move forward unless jurisdiction is proven on and for the record. That is why I'm here today. I am here, Roy, a third-party intervener on the behalf of the corporate entity that you folks are charging. So I am presumed innocent of all the charges and aspects, presumptions and assumptions of these charges of this court. I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court, which jurisdiction my opponent has failed to prove on the record. Therefore, since I am presumed innocent of all aspects of the charges and presumptions of the court, and since jurisdiction has not been proven, jurisdiction is simply a presumption of this court, of which I am presumed innocent and to which I am not subject. Therefore, I move for a dismissal of all these charges for lack of jurisdiction.
trial, we always prove jurisdiction as part of that. If we don't prove jurisdiction at a trial, then the court would have to dismiss it then.
At this point, I would definitely ask that the prosecutor and possibly the judge can give me a copy of their oath and bond information, so I can take this a different direction, because it doesn't seem that this court is going to operate under the Constitution, which you agreed that you folks would.
Well, the state has indicated that they believe they can prove jurisdiction, which is the location of the alleged incident. And I'm happy to set the case today for a bench trial so that that can be proven and or not proven by the state and findings made at that point.
Your Honor, you just agreed that I would be able to have a jury of my peers per the Constitution, and now you're stating bench trial. You absolutely did.
No, I did not, sir.
I am presumed innocent of all aspects of the alleged charges, presumptions, and assumptions in and by this court, unless proven guilty by a well-informed jury of my peers beyond a reasonable doubt, based solely on verified evidence and proof. Is that correct, Your Honor?
That's correct. You are innocent until proven guilty. Your case entitles you to a bench trial, and I'm happy to set that bench trial today, sir.
Is a bench trial constitutional, Your Honor?
Yes, it is.
Where in the Constitution can I find that?
It's within the case law.
That's case law is not Constitution, Your Honor.
It's an interpretation of the Constitution.
Absolutely not.
Interpreted that these offenses are not eligible for a jury trial according to the language in the Constitution.
I disagree, Your Honor, respectfully.
That's fine. You can disagree with me. I'll note your objection. Would you like to set your bench trial at this point, sir?
I'm going to object to everything here on. Jurisdiction has not been proven on and for the record, and I will not proceed without jurisdiction proven. Can the prosecutor prove jurisdiction today, Your Honor?
They've indicated that they have information. You are more than welcome to a copy of all the disclosure. That is a right that you do have. If you would like to set this over for an additional pre-trial conference so that you have the time to review that disclosure, I'm happy to give you that opportunity. Otherwise, I'm going to set it for a bench trial today.
I would definitely like another pre-trial, Your Honor, because I still have not done my attorney interviews on all the witnesses involved in this matter. So I would definitely like to do some attorney interviews, but just so it's on and for the record, I do not consent or acquiesce to this court's perceived jurisdiction. And I'm done there.
Okay, well, I will order you to attend the next pre-trial conference, and let's come back. Let's come back January 4th at 3 p.m. And please contact the prosecutor's office so you can get all of that disclosure and you can review it and contact the witnesses that you'd like to interview.
Is this the prosecutor making the claims against me?
She is one of the assigned prosecutors in her office. She works at the behest of the city prosecutor.
How many prosecutors will I have involved in this case, Your Honor?
I couldn't tell you exactly.
So it's not just one, it's multiple?
It depends on who is available on any given day, but generally in this case, it will be either Ms. Garcia or Ms. Bernal.
Ms. Garcia, would you mind stating your name for the record?
Lupe Garcia.
Lupe Garcia? And are you acting on behalf of the state of Arizona?
I'm a prosecutor for the city of Tucson representing the state of Arizona.
So you're a prosecutor for the city of Tucson representing the state of Arizona?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So you can contact the main city prosecutor's office to request that disclosure, okay? And they will let you know as soon as it's available for you to pick up.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay.
By approaching the bench, I am not consenting to anything, and I'm reserving all of my rights secured by the Constitution. Thank you.
Just so that you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right, thank you, yeah, I didn't know. Okay.
Are you the clerk? May I have your information, ma'am?
You can just address me, sir. Okay?
So I'm not able to know who the clerk of my court hearing is, Your Honor?
Well, if you have any questions or issues, you can address them to me.
I just want to know her name and information because she's involved in this matter as the clerk. So I need everybody's information, including bond information of the clerk,
It's not a
yours.
bond in this case, sir.
There's no bond? You guys are not bonded, huh?
You don't have a bond.
No, you guys need to be bonded as a corporation, as an entity. There is bond information attached to your name, or you guys have an umbrella bond. I need that bond information for the route that I have to take. And the clerk is definitely involved in this matter, Your Honor, and I would love to just have her information. Just first and last name and employee identification number of judge, prosecutor, and clerk. Please, on and for the record.
Sir, you can obtain that information in room 104 on the first floor.
If you say so, room 104, and they'll just know who everybody's bond information is? Okay.
Every-
I will give it an attempt. Thank you. Do you at least have a card, ma'am, as the clerk? Do you have a business card at least? Nothing?
Okay, sir.
Thank you.